Well, hi everybody. My name is Robin Sachs. I work in the Richard E. Riley College of Education and Leadership, and I've been with Walden for over 12 years now, always teaching in the child development or Bachelor's of Early Childhood Studies, and I love what I do, and I've been doing it for a very long time. This workshop is play. It's not just for kids anymore, and I'm going to be talking at length throughout the workshop about how we can't consider play just for children. Just a question for you to think on, why it is so important for us, why play is important for us. It's going to mean something different for everyone. And think about the moment, think about it, and just make sure you know each of us will have a different definition of it, as I said. And the other thing is many people are considered, they're so busy, they forget to take that time. And that's what makes it not healthy, quite honestly. You work and you work and you work, whatever work, with the kids or, whatever it is. You work and work, and you get so busy you do not take time to play. Quite honestly, not healthy. Not healthy. Being stressed and stressed and stressed, not healthy. And the research shows they want people to be able to take the time to play or relax or read a book or whatever it is just to get away from that stress. It's really critical. And they say as people age, to be able to do something for fun really makes a difference in their overall health. I firmly believe it. I have a 97-year-old aunt who has done everything in her life, and she's just now starting to show her age. She's an amazing human being. Another thought I have, do you think the smartphone has changed how people play, or does it get in the way of it? It's a different kind of play. I think it's changed how people play, of course. The technology, I think it's changed everything. And games that you play on the smartphone, and there's still forms of play, but to me, it's not the same thing. I like being outdoors and running around. What about the old days? Thinking back to the old days of children when you were a child playing kick the can. I hadn't heard that in such a long time, but that's the way we were able to play. Out on the playgrounds or I lived in a cul-de-sac, and there were a bunch of children that we all played together in the cul-de-sac, our street, and I have such very, very fond memories of what I did when I was young. I have such fond memories. We played, we were outdoors, we did everything after our homework every afternoon, and yesterday it started getting dark at 5:15 for a lot of us. Not all states do daylight savings time, but I think back to we were all very, very disappointed that we had to be inside by 5 instead of even by 6 or 7 or 8 as it stays lighter in summer. But it really made for a thing for us. But we had been able to play for a long time, and I'll tell you, that is what we still need to do as we're an adult. We might not be playing kick the can, but getting out, being with friends or hanging out, whatever you do, really the research shows it makes a huge difference on your mindset. I'm going to tell you something that they're doing a lot of studies now, a lot of research about people doing the activities and having fun and doing this in their adulthood, and what play it makes in people being diagnosed with Alzheimer's. That's a still ongoing research right now, and they're seeing about if people played more, took that stress off of them, would that change the people who do have Alzheimer's? again, it's a research study. Living in San Diego, we have a big research center on Alzheimer's at University of California, San Diego, and that's one of their biggest projects right now. Is finding out if people who just relaxed and took that stress off, if that would have changed them from the Alzheimer's. None of us know the answer yet. So anyway, stress has been linked to the health issues, as I was saying, and so if we could take off some of that stress in some way, maybe the health issues won't be what they've become. Anyway, you're getting the idea. We need to make sure, as I was saying, we need to make sure it's a part of our lives, and it gives us the control and freedom we need. Intrinsic motivation is a motivation just because we want to and not for any external reward. Meaning even if you're going to get money if you do something, or if you're going to get a free gas, or which would be nice now, but intrinsically is because you just want to do it. And in my case, going to the community and helping at the food pantry. I'm not going to get anything for it. I'm doing it because I want to help. But the freedom, the control and freedom, we don't always have that when we work or when we're working, making dinner for our family or whatever it is. We don't always do it just because we want to. Research has shown that play enhances our creativity and productivity at work. Boy, does it. And I'll tell you, I use the example of the company Google. They're in the San Jose, California area in what became Silicon Valley with all the companies such as Apple and eBay. They're all within a few miles of each other. Google Campus is what it's called. They treat their employees unbelievably. They have basketball courts, they have swimming pools, they have they're going to be building a new Google campus downtown San Jose, and they're building it with the apartments and the condos right there on the campus. And the employees are able to do whatever they want to as long as it does not get in the way of their work. And boy, do those employees love working there, and people want to get a job working there than even Apple and eBay or some of the others because of how they treat their employees. It's really amazing. I forgot what they have for maternity and paternity leave. It's some amazing amount that I can't remember, but people just want to work there. So, I dare you to, the next time you're overworked and ready to explode and stressed, pay attention to how you feel afterwards. And if you're playing, just 10 minutes to go outside and walk around or kicking a ball around, you're going to feel a difference just in a few minutes based on getting away from work. Or the stress, whatever the stress is. You're going to feel a difference, and it's really important. And again, just something to think of. I'm not asking you the questions, but think of for yourself what motivates you to play. Just think for a moment. You got to think and it could be going and being a manager at the Little League game, the manager of your child's baseball game. Could be something like that, or it could be you're going out with the girls to dinner. Just because, and that's why my dinner club, I love it. It motivates me all the time knowing that on November 23rd we're meeting for dinner at whatever restaurant. So think about what motivates you to play and take the time to realize why you want to do it, what it does for you, and are you doing it for internal motivation? When you think about how you've lived to this point, where does it come in and why? Again, I'm not asking just to get you thinking about it. What do you think of? What do you want to be doing? Think of your own childhood, what I was talking about with mine. Would you want to do any of the play or the games from your own childhood now. I would love to, and I hope to get to. I mean, it may be my dinner club this month in November. Maybe after dinner we can go out to the beach and walk around, because I do live close to the ocean, Pacific Ocean. So that would be something very spontaneous, and that's the other word, being spontaneous about play. I'll tell you, being spontaneous, and you could always plan with the friends that, how about let's go to a movie and then let's go to whatever after dinner or whatever. But be spontaneous if you can. That makes a difference as well. It feels good as far as I'm concerned. And, do you only do it on weekends? Do you do it on weekends? Some people truly can only get weekends. Some don't even get weekends. But it doesn't have to be Saturday afternoon. Take 10 minutes. Most people have that 10 minutes somewhere through the day to just go walk around, kick the ball, whatever it is. Don't feel it has to be a planned event on the weekend, even if you're going to your child's softball game. Think about the benefits you get. Do your legs feel better just because you walked somewhere? Do you emotionally feel better? I absolutely do. But think about it for yourselves. Do we play differently during different seasons of the year? Probably, for me, not as much. Again, San Diego, because we don't really have seasons, quite honestly. But I know a lot of places have different seasons. So many people look forward to the 4 seasons. Do you think you have different thoughts about it during fall, during summer? Spring is such a beautiful time. I really don't know true winters, and I'll be honest. When I used to have to travel, I found out about true winters. I didn't own a winter coat. Then I started to travel a while back, and I had to buy a winter coat. Believe me, I didn't own one. So do you think you feel differently during those seasons, even if you have a couple? I do. I mean, I don't because we don't have the true 4 seasons. Think about what you played when you were a child. Would you be able to play them now? And I think you could play them now, depending on a lot of things. But if you take just one thing, I was using an example before that I used to go to the bowling alley. My friends and I would bowl. I was on a bowling league. And quite honestly, and my point unfortunately, we had a local bowling alley, and I guess they weren't getting enough people, so they tore it down recently and put in a car dealership. I was very upset about that because kids just don't bowl anymore, or adults, they just don't seem to bowl. It's a different world, and I was sorry to see that go because I had so much fun when I was a child. But that was one thing I don't do now is bowling. I just haven't, even when the bowling alley was there. But would you be able to play those games? And why not? Why don't you do them? Does something get in your way? It's very possible, but then has something else replace those games that you used to play as a child. So again, this is really a thinking about, but then doing something about if you're able to. That's the thing about getting something done, getting away from the work for a while, being able to go out, and play, doing activities. Again, I do go out to my ocean and watching sunset. To me, that's the ultimate play. I'll tell you, I didn't go out yesterday because the sun was setting too early, and it changed my thought. It changed my thought about why, I don't like that it gets dark so early, and it will for the next few months, so I got to get in that mindset. But maybe I'll play inside. I played with my dog inside, so that was fun. So again, think about what you did back then and if you could do it now. I really think that's something to think about. So in the last few minutes, you got to say to yourself, did you Did you smile? With any of the information I was giving you? Did you laugh? Is there a goal you accomplished? Maybe you had never thought about play for adults, and people don't. But maybe you accomplished a goal about thinking about, hey, I learned this information. Did you put stresses aside the last few minutes? Did you forget about work even though we're doing this for Walden, but did you put the stresses aside just to attend, or just to watch this workshop? Or did you stay in the moment? Did you really follow this along? Did you learn something new about a colleague? Maybe not, because this was a recording, and maybe that would not be the case. Did you have any questions in your mind about this while we were going through it? So did this take you anywhere? That's what I'm talking about. Did this whole webinar workshop take you anywhere? Take you away from the work for a while? And we are remote workers. Most of us work remotely. Think of the benefits and tips for working alone is typically what it is, working in your own home office or wherever you do your work. Is there anything we can do? We've been talking about getting away from the computer and going and doing, even if it's getting in your car or whatever the transportation is and going to pick up something at the drugstore. Is that considered play for us? It's getting away from the computer. It might be. It might be for you. Something like that, or going and picking up your child from school. Is that considered play? You're getting away from your home office or, again, wherever you work. So these are all really important benefits, I feel, to be able to work remotely, which is a nice benefit, but then to be able to make sure you're getting some thing for your body, standing up, doing a few exercises, going out to get the mail, things like that. They're not considered play, but they're getting away from working remotely. Another thing is I really feel even going and getting groceries and talking with the grocery store clerk, that's being able to talk to someone other than just being alone at home or working at your computer. My version of it is I have a dinner club I go to every month. I go to a book club that I attend every month. I walk my little dog that goes nuts when I walk him. And yes, it's a responsibility, but I love doing it. So for me, it's play. I go to community events. And I think when I say that, I think of that we have a lot of people in my community who do not get food. So we have a food pantry, and we help serve the people, and it's a free event for them to be able to go to a food pantry. I also go to the shelter, animal shelter, where I got my dog, and I volunteer. So all of those things, to me, I get away from work, which I have a lot of work, but I'm able to consider that play and do something for me. So you will think about what is best for you. I have to tell you, play is never considered right or wrong, as long as it is safe. That is my big thing about it, safe for the kids, but also safe for you. So, when you have a moment, I want you to think about the ideas that you have for your own play ideas. There might be 4 like I have. There might be 44. It varies. And again, play is different for every single person. And there are, again, no right or wrong at all. Here are some websites. Excuse me. Here are websites. You don't have to look at them, but there's some that if you're interested in more of the information I'm giving you, you can go to them and look at them. And the one that I think is great for us is the corporate innovation. That's a website that they talk about play in different companies and how you incorporate play into a work environment. So even though most of us work remotely, some of us do work, be it in Minneapolis or with other colleagues. So this would be maybe a website to go and look at. And how do you incorporate? What do you do? This is an article that talks about it for work. And, maybe you have a department, or maybe something like at the national faculty meeting or a residency, whatever it is. This gives some information about that. And as I like to say, my favorite book on the topic of play through the life cycle, and it's called The Prager Handbook of Play Across the Life Cycle, Fun from Infancy to Old Age. It's 10 years old. He is talking about fun from infancy to old age. And he's pretty much one of the men who started thinking about what play can do as you age. So it's a great book. Believe me, I'm not selling it, but if you're interested in hearing how play can affect you as you get into adulthood and later. So those are some things regarding this play. And what I wanted to tell you is I think play can be made from homemade instruments. And I say that because I am a huge music fan of all genres of music, and one of my very favorite things is taking music throughout adulthood and play. And it does not have to be already made musical instruments such as a violin, a guitar, a trumpet, not at all. I will sit and listen to my first start to the day, sitting on the couch with a cup of coffee, with background instrumental music, and just reading a book. That is how I start my day every single day before I start on the computer to work. That is my favorite thing to do, but I would not do it without music. So I want to just tell you that you can make some homemade instruments, and I will send along the information on how to do it. But one example is if you want to make dice, you take a little square box, which we can get those easily now since we're all ordering online. Get a little square box. You hot glue white felt onto all the sides, and then you put on little black Velcro dots, and you've made dice. Another idea is to make a shaker, homemade shaker. You get a wood dowel, just a short one, a plastic water bottle. Before you tape the bottle onto the stick, you put in some buttons or something like that. You tape the bottle onto the dowel, and you have a homemade shaker. And you can do anything with it that you want. One other thing, and this is just fun. It's not, talk about play. This is my favorite thing. It's good for kids. It's good for adults. You take some masking tape or painter's tape. You put it on your wrist with the sticky side out. And then you go outside and put things of nature, leaves that have fallen or something else that's on the ground. You put it, you put them all around your bracelet. That's sticky. So you put it on the sticky side, and you have a nature ID bracelet. That's one of my favorite things to do. You could do it on both wrists. It's easy, it's fun, and it's outside when you can be outdoors. And talk about nature. That's what relieves my stress, being out in nature. So just some ideas that is easy to do and fun, and just my idea of play, bringing together homemade instruments. The Nature ID bracelet is considered like science, and, so I'll be including those in the PowerPoint today. I'll get those sent out to you. So, anyway, think about some of the stuff I've talked about and how you would feel about playing at this point. Just to ask, would you feel the same? Just think about it. Would you be happier that you now know something about play through adulthood? Does it make you a little anxious? Does it relax you? There's so many different things you can do. Does it make you energized to really go and do something about it? So just think about that and think about the research I've talked about, as well as if it's something you want to make sure you include in your life now, even if it's for a few minutes a day. So bottom line, I've said it the whole time, just keep in mind, play does not end when childhood does. Not at all. Make sure you keep that in mind. And I just want to thank you for listening in on this, and just know you're a child all the way through your wonderful lifetime. Thank you so much.